So as we know, we're doing the end of the decade wrap-up stuff. So now we're gonna switch things on the musical side of stuff. So I and J Bobby, we're gonna talk about the most influential artist of the decade, and it's none other than Chicago's own
300 bang bang Chicago.
Chief Keef. Now, tell me why Chief Keef is the most.
Nah, let me get it straight. And I want
to
you guys at home with your size 42 and your Timberlands and your big ass shirts.
And your unvented fitted caps and stuff like that.
Yeah,
man.
and stuck in 2004. I want you to realize that this is a new era and things have changed, my brother. Chief Keef came on the scene and it was a little bit different. And the reason why Chief Keef is legendary because he opened the floodgates for Chicago. We wasn't thinking about Chicago at all. And he changed the way these young boys think. He changed the way these young boys rap. If you ask any of these young boys who did they look up to, it was Chief Keef. If you look at Chief Keef and his style and how these young boys are doing it today, if you look at Brooklyn and you look at these drill music, and you look at Bobby Smurder, you look at Rowdy Rebel, you look at Pop Smoke, and you look at Fabio, all these people are influenced by Chief Keef, and he changed the culture and how people do things in rap.
Right, and I want to talk about Chief Keef because people thought Chicago was this, you know what I'm saying, fluid city because you had Kanye and you had Common at the time.
And Common's a gangster.
Right. But
don't let that bean pie hat fool you.
But Chief Keef really shifted the sound of Chicago rap because now you had like G Herbo and you had Lil Durk and those guys. And then you even had Detroit rap scene, which is popping now with Sada Baby and Drigo and Bino and T Grizzly. So that Chief Keef really was the most influential artist of the decade in terms of the whole rap landscape.
Hey, Sada Baby's like, I can speak it to him like a mix. Anyway, Rounds and SoundCloud, what you got for me?
So obviously the decade was the rise of the SoundCloud era, and we had two artists we're gonna highlight are Playboi Carti and Lil Uzi Vert. Now Playboi Carti broke on.
Than Nas.
Now Playboi Carti broke out on the scene. His mainstream hit was Broke Boy, and that broke SoundCloud ground because pretty much
Lil Uzi is better than MF Doom.
Hey, stop playing MF Doom. You're scaring away all the women. But anyway, I want to talk about those two guys because those two guys pretty much were the visual aesthetic of what rap is today in terms of fashion and style and pretty much beat selection, because now beat selection is pretty much emphasized in rap music today, and those two guys were the pillars of that in this decade. I can honestly say that.
Yeah, the beef of the decade. Back to back.
Got the bringing it going back to back.
I learned the game from Willie West, so you can never check me. Back to back like Jordan, 96, 97. Hey man, this is one of the best beats because Meek Mill came out and said, he don't even write his own raps.
and he had Funk Flex, you know what I'm saying, going, ooh!
And no diss dropped, and Meek Mill kind of changed the way we view Drake as a rapper because now we knew he had a ghostwriter or he had somebody that had reference tracks from him. And now, you know, all the OGs, the rappers, they don't really respect Drake the same as but they should because Drake does write his own stuff for the most part. But after, if you're reading this Too Late drop, people started looking at it a different way. And then Drake went on to bomb on Meek Mill where he released back to back.
And he also, let's not forget the performance with the whole memes and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And that beef to me was the honest, was the first beef that pretty much touched all platforms of social media because the memes and everything like that and everything like that.
Yeah, it was a new age of beef because you never seen beef like that where rappers are using memes and using the internet
to clown each other,
to destroy their opponents. So it was like a whole different type of
And plus Back to Back was Grammy nominated.
And also Meek Mill said that somebody peed on Drake. It was bad.
It was bad.
Artist of the decade, what you got for me?
All right, my artist of the decade is Kendrick Lamar, just for the simple fact that Good Kid, Mad City was the most anticipated, hyped up rap album since Illmatic, and that came out in the early 90s. And let's just say that album delivered. And I want to say how good that album is, because pretty much Macklemore won the Grammy for, Thrift Shop, you know what I'm saying? He had $20 in his pocket and all that stuff like that. But that Good Kid, Mad City album was so good that Macklemore even had to send an apology to Kendrick saying, yo, listen, you deserve this award for Rap Album of the Year. I didn't deserve it. Maybe that's how good that album is, you know what I'm saying? And it still stands the test of time.
I will say this, Drake is the artist of the decade because he collected the infinity stones of music. He done reggae, he's done hardcore street rap. What else has he done? He has done soca, he has done Afro beats.
And he got the song with Aventura too on the low.
Spanish music, R&B, he can't be stopped. Thanos of the rap game.
All right, now I want to talk about album of this year, 2019. And let's just say it is possibly the greatest sequel rap album of all time. I can honestly say that. And it is Bandana, which is by Freddie Gibbs and super producer Madlib. All right. Now, this album was the perfect blend of just real street shit, but also soulful, real gutter, real music.
Like, think about it's like Sunday morning, your mom's cooking up yams in the kitchen, but also there's a cocaine house down the block.
Down the block.
But nah, it's real soulful, it's real great music, and it's real rapping, and it sounds current.
Right, and it lived up to the hype because we all know how great Pinata was. So like Bandana to follow that up, you know what I'm saying, was just beautiful.
Let's go. Artist of 2019.
Artist of 2019 is none other than the guy we just mentioned now, Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs put out 2 projects in 2019, which was his self-titled album, Freddie, and he put out Pinata. I mean, not Pinata, Bandana. And honestly, both those 2 albums were albums of the year.
Listen, the artist of the year is Playboy Cardi. better than Nas and Pac. I'm dead ass, bro. Pissy Panther came out. His verse on Pissy Panthers. His verse on Pissy Panthers with what's your boy?
With Young Nudie.
And then you got his verse on Tyler the Creator's album. And we're just listening.
Here's how good Playboy Cardi had it. Here's how great his year was too. I want to mention. Trippie Redd, he had a song with Trippie Redd, right? Let's just say Playboy Cardi's verse was so good that Trippie Redd took his verse off streaming services.
Because people were trying to listen to Playboy Cardi and not him. And also, I just want to say this. Yo, congratulations to you and Iggy Azalea on having
your baby.
Because you're like 5 months pregnant. I'm mad you didn't invite me to the baby
To
shower.
baby shower.
I'm J Bobby.
And I'm Rios.
And this is the wrap up for music of the decade.
Holla at your boy. Shout out Overtime.
You see how I be knocking him out the park? That's how I knock the content out the park. You feel me?
Hey, for more videos and more stuff, hey, check this out, man.
Like and subscribe.